It sounds so simple. Well, I gotta cut sugar out of my diet. And yeah, it is simple, but for some people, it can really be huge. I suggest that all of you cut sugar out of your diet. Of course, yeah, you need to cut the sugar out of your diet, out of your life, root it out of your life. But how do you do that? Job one is making the decision. All right, just making up your mind, I don't need sugar in my life. What is sugar? Sugar is a chronic, dose-dependent hepatotoxin. So, chronic, not acute, chronic, dose-dependent, there is a safe threshold. Hepato is liver, toxin is poison. That's what sugar is. And a lot of you guys, you might want to argue with me and say, oh, what about natural sugar? Look, we're not talking about fructose, we're not talking about honey, we're not talking about agave. I'm talking about the sugar that you and I know is in your diet that needs to go. After making up your mind that it needs to go, you're gonna have to get it out of your house. You can't live with sugar in your house because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You're gonna wanna turn to it when the going gets rough. When you're run down, when you're tired, when you're stressed, when you have anxiety, when you have sadness, when you have grief, when you're dehydrated, the first thing you're gonna do is crave sugar because that's the body telling you it needs some energy, and sugar is the quickest form of energy. So it's naturally designed to make you crave sugar. Well, yeah, get it out of your house so that you don't turn to it. You will not find any sugar in my house. Why? Because I'm a recovered sugar addict. And most of you guys are too. So getting it out of your house is the first thing you do after making up your mind. The thing about being a recovering sugar addict is we don't dabble in it, okay? We don't just have one. We don't get a taste. We don't get a bite. We don't get a piece. We don't get any. And you might be thinking, well, what do you mean I can't ever have a sample from C's Candy in the store? No. Recovering drug addicts don't keep drugs in their cupboards. They don't go back to the hood and just have one small little hit. All right, that's not the way this works. And sugar is 8 times more addictive than heroin. You gotta start looking at it like this. You need to realize that sugar is ruining your life. And it's dose dependent, and most of us can't control the dose. We're kind of an all or nothing kind of person. And I know for myself, I can't even have one. I can't have one piece, one bite, one lick, one taste. It's none, for me at least. And most people that I know are recovering sugar addicts. They just stay away from it completely. And it's so powerful, you need to become comfortable looking at your sugar addiction the same way we look at alcohol or drug addiction. I want to make sure you keep routines in your life. Keep your schedule, keep your routine. Keep going with what you do every day, your norm. Because when we lean into routines, we take the willpower out of it. Do you understand that? Sticking with your schedule is gonna help you stay on track. When you wander aimlessly throughout your life, or you just drive the roads and you have nowhere to go, you're gonna stop over to C-store, you're gonna buy a bag of Sour Patch. You leave yourself to chance. If you don't have a routine set in place, if you don't have a place where you need to be, you're gonna mindlessly wander. And you're gonna get yourself into trouble. At the idle hands of the devil's playground. I'm serious. Keep busy, stick with your routine, lean into routines. That way willpower isn't something you have to rely on. Another way to make sure that you root sugar out of your life and that you don't go back to it is stick with your meal prep and your plan. Don't fly by the seat of your pants. We don't do that on Code Red. We care enough about our bodies and our health to put nutritious food in our bodies. So stick with your routine, meal prep, plan ahead, make a list on what you need at the store, stick with your list, meal prep, get your ducks in a row, and that way you don't fall prey to the sugar trap. Don't let yourself get too hungry. You know that whole Snickers commercial where they say hangry? Well, that's a mixture between the word hunger and anger. Hanger. They came up with that. We don't want it to get to that level with you, because when you get hangry and you're going crazy, you're shaking, you got that sweat above your lip, things can go south really quick. So if you have your meals prepped and you know what you're gonna do and you know what time you're gonna eat and you've got it ready to go, all it needs is heat it up or just whatever, then you're not gonna fall prey to being hangry. And when you're hangry, Katie bar the door, it's gonna get ugly. You're gonna notice on the 10-pound takedown challenge, when you join the challenge, you will get a list of foods you eat and foods you do not eat. And naturally, the proper human diet has no sugar, okay? It's talking about meat, vegetables, nuts, eggs, seeds, seafoods, and fat. So you don't have to worry about avoiding the sugar. You just eat the proper human diet, the diet that we were created to eat. That's the great thing about the 10-pound takedown challenge. So you gotta get on the next challenge and join us and learn the proper human diet. If you love this video, give me a big thumbs up, and better yet, subscribe to my channel. That way you're notified when I release a new video. But listen, I wanna hear from you. How did you get sugar out of your life? How did you root it out? How did you get over your sugar addiction? Comment below, and I'll see you on the next video.